Greetings and welcome to Connecting with Intent Show. I'm your host Muhammad Awais. On this episode, we have a very amazing personality. She is the holistic life coach, farmer psychologist, and the owner of Tula Soul, Dr. Joe. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Dr. Joe. Doctor, welcome.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Excellent question. I actually knew that I was going to be a psychologist when I was only 12 years old. I was in treatment for anorexia, and I realized how amazed I was at what the psychologists were doing to help me, and I became inspired to want to help other people. So that's when I decided to be a psychologist, and that decision never wavered. So it got me through some tough times as a teenager and in my early 20s. Yeah.
Thank, thank you for sharing. What is your higher purpose in life?
My purpose is to help others, particularly as I've gotten older. It's to help women, bringing women together and helping women heal. I am drawn to bringing women together to heal the sister wound. And I think that women have particular issues that they need to heal from. And I think bringing women together, we can heal each other and also the world. I think women have this nurturing, loving quality that when we come together, we can, heal each other with our power and also, use our power, catalyze that and bring that together and then work on how we can heal society and the world. Mhm.
That's a powerful purpose. What have been top three greatest challenges that you have had to overcome?
Mhm. Certainly, my eating disorder, anorexia, was a huge challenge for me to overcome. I had to go to treatment several times, and I think that overcoming that challenge, though, gave me a lot of gifts. I think that my compassion and my empathy and my knowledge of suffering helped me overcome that. I also had some surgeries that I had to overcome, and that also was learning how to be humble, learning how to be a patient, learning how to be patient. And other things I had to overcome are just family challenges and loss and grief. And again, I think that all of the challenges I've gone through have given me character and helped me build resilience, which I think everything happens for a reason. And I'm grateful for everything that I've gone through because it has given me a lot of the qualities and characteristics about myself that I appreciate and that make me a good healer.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
Mhm. Let's see. Probably, I think that when I first went into the field of psychology, I worked at a clinic, and it was a clinic that I wasn't particularly adept at working at, and I learned that I needed to work for myself because it was a clinic that I didn't see eye to eye with their particular style of working. And I ended up not being able to work there, but it also gave me the strength to go out on my own. So I think my mistake was following along with another style of working and thinking that I could blend in. And so always needing to stick to my own values and not compromising my integrity. That's something that I've learned from that experience. Mhm.
Oh, wow. What is the most impactful book you have read and what did you learn from it?
I love books. I read so many books. But my one of my favorite books is The Denial of Death by Ernest Becker. And what I learned from that is just to be fascinated with the world of psychology and religion and philosophy and all of those things together. One of the things that he talks about is how, as humans, we are afraid of death because we're afraid of our own mortality. And what I learned from that is just how to appreciate life, but also not fearing death because it is part of our cycle. And I love talking about death. I love theorizing about it because I do consider it, and in my other studies through yoga and philosophy, I do consider it just another part of our life. But the other book that's really made an impact on me is My Grandmother's Hands by Resmaa Menakem. It's about racial healing, and he's one of my heroes. And that book made a huge impact on me in terms of healing trauma through somatic experiences. And that's one of the ways that I have moved towards in my own work and healing is somatic work. So that book made a huge impact on me too. And I'm also very much about racial justice. So that book was very much in line with what I do too.
What are your goals for the next 12 months?
I'm going to be doing more retreats, and I'm also going through a kind of a rebranding right now. So that's exciting for me. And thinking about setting up more workshops and bringing together more women to work with and doing some collaborations. Mhm. And also working on my book.
What advice you will give to younger yourself?
Mm, definitely be kinder to yourself and embrace imperfection because that's how you that's reality really. And accept criticism with grace and allow people to help you. Ask for help, really, because that was something that was very hard for me. And appreciate who you are because you know what you're doing, you know where you're going. Trust your instinct because it's right on. Mhm.
That's a great advice. How can we support you?
Um, I think just being able to speak on here is a great way to be supported and uh, just letting people know my message. I support women, I empower and enlighten women, I bring them together. I have women's circles now, which is an opportunity for me to sit side by side with women rather than being the expert and learn from and grow with them. So it's nice to be able to do that too. Yeah, and just getting the word out there that I'm available to help women and help them heal and be with them. Hmm.
What would you say about your guest appearance on the show?
Very nice, very pleasant. It's great to work with you. You have lovely questions and you're very kind, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your kind words. What
Yeah.
closing thoughts would you like to share with our listeners?
I would just like to say peace to everybody and consider being kind to yourself. And one thing I like to say is um, tell yourself that you love yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror. Try that, it changes things. Hmm.
Thank you so much, Rajo, for sharing your wisdom with us today. On the
Yep.
behalf of Connecting with the Intent community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Muhammad West. Until the next episode, all good wishes.